Hey, everybody. My name is Jackie Jensen, and I am super excited to be with my friend Sarah. We're going to chat about just her journey. She was a paramedic, and I was a teacher, as most of you might know. But she's going to chat about just her journey in network marketing and just the success that she's had. I'm so excited to have her on with me. So, Sarah, can you just kind of share with everyone just kind of your story? I know you're a paramedic, which for me, I get really weird about blood and guts, and I can't imagine what it was like to come up on what you've probably the memories that you have, but kind of chat about that and kind of your entrance into network marketing.
Yeah. So thanks for having me. First of all, I'm really excited about this. So basically I was in public service since the age of 16. I fell in love with working on an ambulance. I became an adrenaline junkie. I just loved it and knew that's what I wanted to do. I went to, it's not really a trade school, but kind of. It wasn't college. College wasn't for me. I hated it. I tried it for a year. I hated it. I couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. So this was perfect. I got into the business. I was an EMT, and then I became a medic. I worked for a really busy ambulance service here in the Twin Cities with a level 1 trauma center, and it was wild. And so I was doing that for 17 years. And I loved my job, but I had started noticing that just my brain and my body were like, maybe we can't do this for another 20 years. Sure. And it was kind of scary because I didn't have any other skills. I didn't have any other degrees. I had nothing. And I actually didn't want to do anything else. I just knew I couldn't do that. So I was kind of at this crossroads, and when I was frustrated, I was talking, my husband and I were going back and forth. He's like, I really don't want you to go back to school. Then we got to deal with all these loans. And I was like, I know, and I don't want to go back to school. So it was really frustrating. I ended up seeing in a mom group, this woman posting about a product that was supposed to help for your immune system. And I live in the deep north. I'm northern mid Minnesota. It's cold. We miss the sun all the time. I hate it. But I'm all about boosting our immune system, especially during that time of year. So I was like, well, I'll try it. I didn't have expectations. I thought it would be like a vitamin C or something. Anyway, it changed my life.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting it. Within 2 to 3 days, it was like, holy cow, this product it was CBD oil. It was right when CBD oil was coming on the scene. And it was insane what it was doing for me. So naturally, we all do this, right? You have an experience with something. You watch a movie that blows your mind. You eat at a restaurant that has the best queso you've ever had. Whatever, you're telling everybody, right? Sure. You're telling your neighbor. You're posting on Facebook. And that's what I did. I just made a post about it because I was like, oh my word, I'm sleeping amazing. Oh my word, my brain is quieting down. What is this? My feed blew up. This post went bananas. I started sharing all of these people, referring it back to the girl that gave me the oil. And she was like, hey, so for $20, you could make money on all these people that want to try it. And I was like, what? How? I really thought there was some kind of special skill set I needed to have in order to share. You know, I was like, I can't do that. Okay, what do I need to do? I didn't understand. But I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Signed up, paid the $20, got my own website, and I just started sharing it with people. And it went bananas. I mean, it was crazy. And I didn't know what I was doing, but it was ignorance on fire. I was like, I don't care. Everyone needs this stuff. So I was sharing with everyone. I would replace my full-time income, and I was maxed out on the my salary was maxed out. I was highest that I could make in my job because I've been there 17 years. Okay. I replaced that in 9 months. And I was like, what? It blew my mind. And we were kind of in the same boat as you had shared with me. We were really paycheck to paycheck because medics just don't make a lot of money, frankly. Right. And public servants don't. My husband's a full-time firefighter. He didn't make a lot of money. At the time, he was a truck driver, so he made even less. And so it was just man, what is this? But I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the fact that I could work when I wanted, that I could share with people something that was changing my life and get paid for that. Sure. It just blew my mind. And so that was really how I kind of got into it. I just stayed with that company. I was 100% committed there. I thought I was going to retire there. And I was there for 4.5 years before I really felt that shift where I was like, man, I'm just not quite aligned anymore. This just isn't the place for me anymore. And it was a really hard transition, but basically that was kind of how I got into it. That was kind of like the story. I just fell into it.
That's so awesome. And similar thing happened with me with teaching. Like I was never really planning on being done. I don't know that I would have said that I was going to be a teacher forever, but definitely was surprised that it was network marketing that that was the thing. Cause I didn't really believe in it. Like I thought it was a scam, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Pyramid scheme, and I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. So Sarah, I know just like me, you started at one company and now we've both ended up at the same company.
Yes.
And it's our second time around this block. What brought you over to the company that we're currently in?
Yeah. So I wasn't planning on leaving. So I really hadn't done research anywhere, but when we started feeling not aligned, my good friend and I started doing research, started seeing, like, putting our feelers out there. I hadn't paid attention to anything else going on. Like, I'm really like a blinders on person. Mm-hmm. So I didn't even know what other companies were out there. And when we started looking at Trinot, it literally like checked off all the boxes for me. You really expect I'm not going to find the perfect place.
Sure.
There's going to be, and I'm not saying we're perfect, but what I'm saying is it clicked all these boxes for me that were so important. Mm-hmm. It has such high standards, really incredibly high quality products. And like, I'm the kind of person that if I'm going to do this business, it has to be with a life-changing product.
Right.
Like, I just found that was going to be the case for me. For mm-hmm. me to get behind it, I had to have something that was literally going to change people's lives. When I started seeing some of these testimonies and stuff, because we got in testimony groups before we came over, and I was just like blown away, blew my mind what these products were doing. They were so clean. They were so high impact. And I was like, okay, to be honest, like, I have learned enough in my foreign, I know I could sell snow to an Eskimo. Mm-hmm. So I got that part down, but what is this comp plan like? What is the mm-hmm. culture like?
Sure.
And literally everything just clicked on the boxes. Like, it was the compensation plan is insane.
Right.
And I got really excited because part of the reason I didn't feel aligned in my other company was that my people weren't winning anymore.
Yeah.
They weren't making any money anymore. And it was breaking my heart. I'm like, I don't want to be somewhere where I'm the only one making money. That's mm-hmm. not why I'm here. This mm-hmm. has to bring freedom to everybody.
Right.
And so the fact that you could get a Jeep stipend at the very first rank, like, what? The fact that we have these paid for vacations that you don't have to be a rank to get.
I know.
Like, you don't have to have a team to qualify for. Mm-hmm. Like, what? I mean, all of these things. And then just how generous they were with the compensation plan, that you can make these weekly checks and they're phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Getting paid on all these orders and reorders. And I mean, it just blew my mind, the opportunity. So, I mean, that was another huge box for us, but the culture, I mean, I just immediately felt aligned. I just immediately felt like I just slipped right into where I was actually supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy. Like, I when the first few months I was here, I was just kind of waiting, like, does everybody have like their good behavior on because we're like the new kids in town? You know what I mean? Like, I was just waiting for something. No, like, I've been here 7 months and it's just so good. It's just, everybody's pushing you forward to become a better person, to become a better leader, to become a better friend and network marketer. Like, I just love how our leadership, our CEOs, like the owners of the company, are just so invested in you as a person. They love you, and they want you to succeed. And so it was really those things all combined where I was like, sign me up. Seriously, this is what I've been looking for. I'm in. I'm getting the biggest package. I'm doing this for the rest of my career. Like, I'm in. That was really it. It was kind of all of it together.
Okay. So I love that you love products. I came in like mostly like all about the money. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I was like, compensation. Hopefully the products work because I'm all in too. But I was like a whole different reason, just because I saw a compensation plan that I was like, man. So I love that you're like all about products. So can you kind of chat with me just about like your maybe top 2 favorite products over here that you found?
Yes, absolutely. So a month ago, I would have said two different ones, but now today I'm going to tell you a different one. So
Okay.
Glow, hands down, my favorite.
Our collagen.
What that's done for my body, my face, my guts, I have an old back injury where I tore the muscles from my spine from work. I can't even tell. And that's bothered me for years.
Wow.
And so just that, my sleep, Glow was like literally a magic elixir in a bottle, and I will never not take it the rest of my life. So Glow, hands down. I would say the digestive enzymes would have been my second favorite, and it's still top of the line. But what I discovered was Focus. Focus has changed my children. I'll say that.
Wow.
I mean, I have both of my kids, especially my youngest, has struggled with focusing, paying attention. And I don't believe in medicating kids unless it's absolutely necessary. And some of it is just being boys. But they were getting frustrated with their inability to pay attention, their inability to sit still. And just in the last probably 6+ weeks, I've started getting really consistent with giving them the Focus. It hadn't even crossed my mind before, honestly.
Okay.
And I'm seeing different children.
Wow.
Their grades are improving. My youngest literally had to have like a band around his legs to help him learn how to sit when he was sitting.
Wow.
Because he was so just like, I didn't move and go, and he's in first grade. So he's a little boy. But we don't need that anymore.
Wow.
Like his teacher is like, he's a different kid this second time. I just got his report card today, and she's like, drastic difference in the last month and a half. So now I gotta say it's Focus. That's
I love that.
Favorite. Blows my mind what it does.
It makes you want to go take one. Focus is amazing for people who do have a hard time focusing. Like maybe you have a little touch of ADD, ADHD. It does have a little caffeine in it, so you definitely don't want to take it at night. But it's amazing for just like feeling like motivated and things like that. My favorite product for sure is the Mojo. It just has that serotonin boost that makes me feel so happy. It's a hot drink first thing in the morning. And it has that slow sustained caffeine that makes you feel like energized all day. And then I do drink the Zest too. I
love the Zest.
Yeah, I have some. I use it in the morning for my pre-workout, and today I have a little leftover, so I usually drink that in the afternoon if I need a little bit of just a happy pep on my step for the rest of the day.
I do too. Those are hands down. I have those every day too. I'm basically in love with all the products, and I use almost all of them every day.
I know. It's so good. All right. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for being my guest today. I really appreciate you. And I'm excited to see you. We actually, speaking of travel, we actually are going to see each other very soon at convention in Salt Lake. And then I actually met Sarah for the first time in Tulum. And she had just joined, and she earned the trip like that. And then we're getting ready to earn another trip as well that we get to see each other again at the end of May. So I look forward to seeing you very soon.
Me too. I can't wait.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
All right.